on the leading diagonal rules, and if the second leg, the second wave of a leading diagonal cannot be a triangle, then we have to look what it is. And as you can see, we have a nice ABC. We have a nice ABC here from my point of view. So this is an A of this degree, B, and C. So ABC, but as you can see, the correction is not done here because we have a new law, and if that is the case, this is a contracting triangle. Whenever you have a contracting triangle at the end of a correction, this is being called a combination, either a double or a triple combination. In this case, this is a double combination, with this being an X wave, and then we have a smaller waves. I would not label them here because I don't have room enough. So A, B, C, D, E for the second wave, and I will call this, for the second wave, this being titled a double combination for wave 2 red. So this is a double combination for wave 2 red. Okay. So what does the rule for the leading diagonal says? Well, it says that the second wave of a leading diagonal may be any corrective pattern except of a triangle. Well, this is a corrective pattern. It is a zigzag-based corrective pattern, a double combination. Then the next rule says that the second wave must be less than the first wave by price. So what you need to do is you should measure the first wave. So just measure the first wave. Let me change the color of this one. And then compare with the second wave, and the second wave should be smaller than the first wave. Definitely it's the case. Definitely is the case here. So this rule is respected as well. Then the third wave in a leading diagonal. So the third wave in a leading diagonal must be an impulse. So the third wave here must be an impulse. Well, if this is the third wave, then definitely it must be an impulsive move. And we have a nice first wave here, 1, 2, out of the triangle. So broken and retested a contracting triangle. And then you have a nice third wave to the upside, which is expanded higher than 161.8. Then a fourth wave here, and then a fifth wave that, attention, is extended as well, meaning it's higher than 161.8 out of the next longest wave. Well, the next longest wave is the third wave here, so the fifth wave is extended as well, and that makes the case of a double extended impulsive move. So either the fourth is done here, or it may be done here. So I will put it here. It is still a double extended move. So what we have here is a double extended impulsive move. So let's write that this is a double extended impulse for wave 3 red. Okay, and I'm talking about this, and then we take this shape here and try to put it here in order to mark the third wave. So a double extended impulsive move for the third wave, because on the rules of a leading diagonal we have that the third wave in the leading diagonal must be an impulse. Now moving forward, and it says that the third wave of a leading diagonal must be bigger than the second wave by price. So what you need to do is you should measure the length of the third wave and compare it with the second wave here, and definitely the third wave is bigger than the second by price. So this is done as well. Then moving forward, the fourth wave may be any corrective pattern, meaning any corrective pattern that is including a triangle. Now, as you can see, this has the tendency of being a nice ABC, A, B, and C, and this ABC that we have here is it resembles with a flat. And why with a flat? Because the B wave, it traces more than 61.8% out of wave A, and this is a flat. So let's write here that this is a flat. Flat for wave for red. So we have a flat for wave for red. Then moving forward with the rules, and the second and the fourth wave must overlap or be within 10% of doing so. What overlapping means? What overlapping means, for example, if you have the first wave, then the second here, the third, and the fourth, it means that the fourth wave should come and go into the territory of the previous second wave, and this means overlapping. Now here, as you can see, the highs on the first wave are these ones, and you're seeing that the fourth wave is clearly overlapping here, so you have the overlapping rule that is respected as well. Then the fifth wave of a leading diagonal must be an impulse or an ending diagonal. So either an impulse or an ending diagonal. It is definitely in our case here that this is not an ending diagonal, but it has the structure of an impulsive move, and I would say that this is a first wave, and the second wave here, and the third wave, and the fourth wave, and the fifth wave here. So what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside, a nice impulsive move with the third wave being extended, and that makes an impulsive move for the fifth wave to the upside. So let me take one shape out of this one and put it here in order to mark the fourth wave. So this is the fourth wave with the flat four wave for red, and then this is the impulsive move that we have for the fifth red, and let's say that this is an impulse for wave 5 red. Okay. So there you go. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside, and all the rules of a leading diagonal are respected so far. So the fifth wave of a leading diagonal must be an impulse or an ending diagonal. It is an impulse in this way. The third wave cannot be shorter, than both the first and the fifth wave. Is not the case here. The fifth wave must be bigger than 80% of wave 4 by price. Well, it's definitely bigger than wave 4, as you can see. The fifth wave of a leading diagonal is never the longest. It is clearly that it's not the longest than the third wave, as the third wave is the longest here. And the fifth wave of a leading diagonal is always smaller than the third one by price. So definitely the fifth is smaller than the fourth one. Now, these rules are mandatory when you're trying to label a structure as being a leading diagonal, and I try to look here at this US dollar Canadian dollar daily chart, trying to explain each rule that you have. However, I will not end the leading diagonal chapter. I would like also to look at the leading diagonal guidelines, and the guidelines being things that are most likely for you to look at when there is a leading diagonal in place. Okay, so stay tuned moving forward to the leading diagonal guide.